Welcome to another episode of Veterans Talk here on Sparks 1524. I'm Nathaniel Miller. This is a video I've actually been putting off. In fact, to be honest, I've kind of been avoiding the whole video thing for a couple of months, although I've gotten a few out. But I really had to make myself do that, and it kind of hit me why I'm so squirrely, and it's because of the VA issue. If this is the first time you've caught up with me on this one, I moved here to Pensacola and bought my little townhouse in September of 2021, 2 years ago this month. Physically moved in October of 2021, so I'll have moved in 2 years ago next month. In less than 2 years, I have been shunted through 9 providers between primary care and mental health. It's gotten to a point where I will not speak to certain patient advocates because one of the patient advocates is he's a jerk who wouldn't even bother looking me in the eye, was as rude as you could be, didn't bother listening to a damn thing I said. I have written my congressman and a senator, or plan to drop another senator some paperwork next week. But God is my witness, I don't quite know what to do next. So after 2 years of being shoved around on the primary care side, they finally say, oh, guess what? We can send you out in the community. Why the fuck didn't they say that 2 years ago? I've got 2 years worth of shit I need to get done. I haven't because these yahoos who don't give a crap about veterans just drug us along. Actually, to be honest, I really think they want to keep us in a state of perpetually having to check in with a new doctor all the time, because if we're doing that, they don't have to actually do anything else, because a check-in visit takes about an hour. The doctor goes over your history, your meds. Okay, we need to look at some things coming up. We'll make an appointment, but nothing actually happens. Same thing would happen on the mental health side. And I was just at a point where I was starting to build some trust because I'd had another new doctor tell me he had just come on board. He's going to be there for a while. Well, less than a year later, he's gone. And I'd seen him exactly once on check-in day. My second appointment with him got canceled because he was way overbooked and I had to move it. Make another appointment, get called, oh, we have to cancel because he quit. Mental health side, I'm on my second counselor and second psychiatrist, which is doing better, but still, the level of trust here is non-existent because I have been lied to. When you're assigned a doctor, mental health or primary care, you are being given an implicit promise by the organization that this physician will be with you for some time. Yes, emergencies can happen. Doctors are human too, but it's an implicit promise. And then when you have multiple doctors tell you directly to your eye, oh, don't worry, I will be here. I have no plans on leaving. And then they leave. The big final straw was a physician I was recommended to by the current counselor I'm seeing, who runs a PTSD and a trauma support group in general. And that's one of the issues I've had, if you followed me at all, is I really started trying to get help back in 2015. I started realizing I've got a lot of crap going on. I have more data now because back in May, I was also diagnosed with autism, and actually pretty significant autism. I just kind of slipped under the radar back in the day because where I am on the spectrum wasn't quite recognized. So there's more going on than just trauma response. Okay, fine. Well, I'm an adult. Let me go seek out the right help. I have been told by many veterans organizations over the years that they didn't have a place for me because I've never been shot at directly. Oh, well, we only handle combat trauma. Well, it's because apparently nobody else has trauma. Oh, well, we only handle sexual assault trauma. Okay, so sexual assault victims are traumatized. True. People who've been shot at in combat are traumatized. True. Nobody else in the world, according to veterans organizations. So I finally get my gumption back up, come to the VA. So I get in with this trauma group and the doctors talk, and I tell her straight up, beyond what I've been through because I've been assaulted so many times by my leadership, because I was thrown out onto flight decks with no training by my leadership, because I was yelled at for messing up missions when they never trained me on how to operate airplanes. I went through a terrorist attack. I've been through natural disasters, etc. ad nauseum. Oh, by the way, doc, this very clinic has been screwing me over. Boom, 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 boom. I'm here. I was getting ready to attend my first session with that group that she facilitates and get an email from one of the other guys. Hey, everybody, Dr. So-and-so leaving. Sorry, I'm going to run this. And I lost it. That was the breaking point. Congressman got involved. I got one of the senators. I'm about to do the other one just because if nothing else, if maybe it takes just annoying them over and over to make them realize that, hey, this is their job is to take care of us, not the other way around. Well, I did get a call from a patient advocate, and she was as nice as you can be and just, well, we're sorry this is so hard, but we just can't make people stay, which is the second fucker I've heard tell me that. I know they're not slave drivers and it's not the military. But then my favorite, it's not our fault really if people in their interview tell us they're going to be here a while and they want to commit and then they use us to get in the federal system and then bail. Like, I don't fucking care about that either because that's not my problem. One, yes, some people are jerks and they pull that number. But this is 2 years and 9 providers at one clinic, I told this woman. That is not people taking advantage of them. That is their culture of leadership creating a cesspool because the leadership doesn't want to do anything, so they drive the doctors away and leave us veterans screwed. I also almost had to get routed to the community because I finally got my dental appointment, show up and the doctor was out sick, but the 2 people at the clinic who were supposed to call all her patients, say, hey, we need to reschedule, never did. I was one of many veterans who sat there for hours to find out we didn't have a doctor. Somehow the one doctor on duty saw me. I don't know if he saw anybody else, but their own people aren't calling patients to say, oh, don't show up. The leadership is a cesspool culture that clearly doesn't care about veterans, and all they care about is making excuses. That's all the evidence I have. I was supposed to see my counselor early this month. We're talking like first week of September. After everything that happened, including a back and forth I had with the physician who was supposed to run the support group that had a bail, called to put that off until the end of next month, end of October, for one simple reason. I don't trust my counselor. And I don't know how to get over this to try and trust her because at this moment, I don't have anywhere else to go. Several people at the clinic said, oh, try the Veterans Center. It's run by a different part of the VA. Wait, hold it. You just said, time out. You just said something run by the VA. Do you think I'm going to trust the VA after what you people are doing? And it comes back to this. I'm the guy with autism, and I'm having to make it up as I go because I can't trust the people that I was promised I could trust. I've got trauma recovery issues, which are now changed in a bit of complexion, color, whatever you want, because now understanding that I'm autistic and actually barely in the high functioning category. Yeah, that says a lot of great things about how my parents raised me and about what I can do because I've had this independent life. But it has been a lot harder than it should have been in a way because I didn't have the help I needed. Okay, well, fine. I'm here. We didn't have the data back then, so you didn't. Okay, fine. But I need help now, especially since I've discovered that half my social skills are suspect. That I discover how I read people in situations might still be very accurate, but I'm also suspect because all my calibrations are very different, but I'm alone. I figured putting off seeing my counselor until the end of next month would be a way to get through some of these feelings enough that when I meet with her, I can actually have a conversation and move forward. But God is my witness. Well, heck, hell, the entire internet is my witness. I don't know what to do. As of right now, I still can't stomach walking into that building where they clearly don't give a shit about veterans. All they care about apparently is their cushy little federal paychecks. So what do I do? How do I walk into a counselor's office and try and work with a counselor that I no longer trust because she's part of an organization that's pulled the rug out from under me 9 times in 2 years? I haven't had any medical stuff done in 2 years because I can't get a doctor. The civilian provider they're finally hooking me up with for primary care, I see on December 27th. I don't know what to do. It's obviously going to be a train wreck if I walk in there, look at my counselor and say, I'm sorry, as far as I'm concerned, all you people are liars. If I feel like that and I can't work with her, well, one, that's legit. I'm not going to put myself down for that. But if I do feel like that, I need to cancel my appointment, cancel my whole treatment with her, and just get out of the way of other veterans who might be able to work with her. But I've got nowhere else to go because the only other place I can think of or I know of is the freaking vet center, but that's also another VA piece of shit. As far as I'm concerned, that's all it is because this is the same VA that's been lying to me and shafting me. And how many other veterans? I'm the freaking guy. I'm the fucker with autism and trauma issues, and I know this shit kills people. How many of our brothers and sisters have taken a gun to their own head or something because they're getting fucked over by these assholes like this? So where do I go? I don't know what to do. I've been avoiding making this video because I don't try and make a video where I just complain. I really, if I'm going to complain about something, I want a solution. Well, I don't have anything at the moment. I'm lost. I have absolutely no realistic health care because the VA is about as trustworthy as toe fungus. So I don't know what to do. I'm angry. I'm hurt. I'm hurting. I'm lost. First time in my life since 2015, I finally started saying, I need help. I don't need to be a Lone Ranger. And what do you people do? You forced me back into the cold as a Lone Ranger. All I wanted was finally one safe place and one good group of people to learn to trust where I could cry. And I don't even get that because these people are assholes who either don't know how to run an organization or, more likely, given human nature, don't give a shit because they don't have to. Even the ones who are veterans. Oh, why should we fucking care? We got a cushy little civilian paycheck. As long as we got people rolling in the building to show, oh, we have numbers, people are walking in. They don't give a shit about us. That's how I feel. Even this one counselor who, on one level, personally, I think I trust her, but I can't get past the professional part of, she's part of these people. Bug the living hell out of these assholes. Never do anything illegal. Never dox somebody. Never threaten anybody. But be relentless. Bug the living shit out of them. Write letters to your congressman all the time. Continually hit those forums. Hey, I need help with the federal agency. Write to the VA all the time. Call them all the time. Make videos and call them out all the time. Be polite and professional, but be relentless. That's the only thing we can do until these assholes remember we're the mission. Those are my thoughts. That's what I'm going through. If you like to share, please feel free to share this video. Hit that little like, please. It does help the algorithm too. Feel free to share it. Maybe there's other veterans that at least would like to hear that somebody out there is going through the same thing they are and is pissed and is doing what I can. Feel free to leave a comment here down below if you'd like. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And until we do meet again, go do some great things.